Mendelian genetics predicting inheritance patterns. Background. There are two types of alleles, a dominant allele, which only needs one copy of itself to be expressed, and a recessive allele, which needs two copies of itself for that trait to be expressed. And talking about the genotype, which is the genetic constructions organism inherits from its parents for a particular trait, an individual can be homozygous dominant, which is two dominant alleles, heterozygous, one of each, or homozygous recessive, which is two recessive alleles. The type of genotype will then affect the phenotype, which is the physical appearance of that trait. Punnett squares. If the genotypes of the parent individuals are known, the probabilities for all of the genotypes and phenotypes can be predicted by using a Punnett square. The Punnett square is a graphical tool used to model the probability of expression of the different genotypes and phenotypes for a trait in the offspring of two individuals with known genotypes for that trait. An example of a Punnett square can be seen below, where it's a 4-block grid to represent all four alleles for the two parents combined. Example. So using the image above, we can see that the dominant allele will cause an expression of brown eyes, while the recessive allele will lead to an expression of blue eyes, and that the parent 1 has a genotype of big B, little b, while parent 2 has a genotype of little b, little b. Now, if you cross the alleles, you get the table above. Then afterwards, we can see that the genotypes appear in a 2-to-2 or 1-to-1 ratio, with one genotype being heterozygous and the other being homozygous recessive. And since the heterozygous gene expresses brown eyes and the homozygous recessive gene expresses blue eyes, the phenotypes are also in a 1-to-1 ratio, so the genotypic and phenotypic ratio are the same. Since one half of the predicted alleles are heterozygous and the other half are homozygous recessive, the probability that the offspring will have brown eyes is 50%, and the probability that the offspring will have blue eyes is also 50%. So it's an equal percent chance that the offspring will either have brown eyes or blue eyes for the offspring of those particular parents. And then, in conclusion, Punnett squares can be used to predict inheritance patterns of potential offspring, which can be used to predict the inheritance of traits and genetically inherited diseases. Thank you for watching.